Hey everybody, Malcolm here from Living Giant Productions. Today we're going to be talking about what's in my camera bag 2020. So I carry the ThinkTank Airport Essentials bag. I found this one works the best for the mirrorless cameras, especially the Sony system. Everything fits in it nice and flush. You know, the 85 fits perfectly fit. The R2 on its side with the battery fits perfectly. The 24 fits in there just below the line. This bag has worked the best for me since I got it and haven't wanted to change it one bit. Starting with the top compartment, I carry a couple pens, as well as a little screwdriver, a headlamp for night photography. In this pouch, I keep HDMI cable, USB cables, and all my SD cards. This little travel bag is basically just one I found at like a Marshalls or TJ Maxx. Just a little quick little bag to hold stuff with zippers on it. Carry an extra pocket knife. Spare house key. I've got my Sony Xperia tablet. So I have that. And then I keep a notepad, jot down notes, video ideas, anything that comes to mind, scripts, whatever, just as I'm thinking about, I always keep a notepad handy. And I also keep a flashlight, just to have on hand for more night photography or anytime you ever might need it. Okay, opening the lid. I keep lens wipes up here in this pocket here. I keep the raincoat for the bag. This is a Savage LED light, bi-color. Battery on it here. Keep the battery down there with it. When it comes on, we got color tip adjustment as well as brightness. It has a mount for the camera mount or tripod or whatever. That way I can secure it however I need to when I need to use it. Okay, down to my main compartment. In this corner pocket, I keep my Rode Video microphone and the cord for it. Currently I'm being used on one of my extension cords over to me right here behind the bag. Below that pocket I keep two wall chargers for W series batteries for the A7 Mark IIs and the Alpha or A6000 series cameras. Keep two of those and I have 7 batteries. Old iPhone SE. Mainly keep this one just to have for my drone in case I need a backup or if I want a Wi-Fi to the cameras or use it as a remote. Pretty much why I keep it in the bag. There's nothing really else on it. First little pouch, some more travel bags. I bought a set of 3 of these. They're each one's varying size. I carry the smallest and the medium. The other one's over there with like basically a camera cleaning kit in it. If I have travel, I usually will put it back inside this pocket here, down deep. So the first little bag, I carry a spare lens cap or back cap. I carry my extra batteries. I number all my batteries so I know which ones are which, basically inside this bag. If the number's out, it's charged. If it's the black front, then the battery's dead. That's how I organize that. Also keep the Alpha remote for the shutter or video or whatever I need to record with. As well as I keep these 3 ring lens ring adapters in here. These are Sensei. I'll link the description below from Amazon. I basically have the 67 to 77 millimeter, the 55 to 77 millimeter, and the 49 to 77 millimeter. The reason why I have these is for my the Polar Pro Peter McKinnon filters. I keep both the 2 to 5 and the 6 to 9 in their little magnetic case here, the hard case. They stack up and drop right in here on the bag. So just a good clean spot for them. This allows me to use these filters on any one of the lenses that I have. So I have the 85 and the 100-400 77 millimeter threads, so they'll directly mount. And then on the 24 millimeter G Master, it's a 67 millimeter thread adapter, a 55 millimeter thread on the 18 to 135 kit lens, and a 49 for the 55 Zeiss. And this other larger travel bag here, I keep my microphone extension cord, which I'm currently using. I have my hot shoe adapter and tripod mount threaded on the bottom for the video light. I have a Vallejo Shutter Boss Mark II for the Sony to be able to control for long exposures. And then I have a really cheapo tripod plate for a really cheapo wannabe GorillaPod. Doesn't really work that well, but that's where I keep it. That's what I have right now. And then in this little bag that my daughter made me, I keep the foot for my 100-400. It just keeps it from getting bumped around. It's a hard piece of metal, so it just keeps everything kind of protected inside this bag. So both these bags drop right into the top of the case, and they're even when they're in here. They don't get in the way, and it just keeps everything kind of organized and doesn't let it just fall around. As mentioned before, the 2 Peter McKinnon variable ND filters. I prefer the hard cases on these. They hold it more secure, keeps the little rubber grip on them. They fit really well. I'm not too worried about the cases in front. They get kind of scuffed up. It's not a big deal to me, but it just keeps them right here in the pocket, nice and perfect. Okay, next up, Sony 85 G Master 1.4. This is basically my portrait lens, pictures of the kids, pictures of the family. I've been playing with it for B-roll. I use it on the 6400 primarily for my B-roll because it shoots the 120 at 1080. It's a little long on that, and for that reason I find it be a little further back. This lens complements the 24 really nice, but you know, for video it doesn't get used a whole lot in my kit, but I just can't seem to give it up. It does take phenomenally nice pictures. Talk about the 24 next here. So again, it's like the little baby brother to this lens, I guess. You're seeing next to each other. They're almost identical in design. They're just, this one's exactly just a little bit smaller. Both of these lenses are fantastic. I use this one for astrophotography and all my landscapes. Anything low light. This is my primary vlogging lens on the R2. If I'm shooting and I need to be a little bit wider on the 6400, I'll usually use the 18-135 to vlog with, but the on the R2 full frame, this is about perfect for me, holding it out. Next up is the 55 Zeiss, one of the sharpest lenses in Sony's lineup. This lens is incredibly good. I don't use it as enough. I've had a lot of 50mm primes, or not a lot, I have a lot of copies of them, but this one I haven't had an opportunity to really let it shine yet in anything I've done. I picked this up really cheap on Facebook, and it's just one to have in the kit. It's a fantastic lens. I do plan to use it more, and I plan to try to use more B-roll footage from this lens on the 6400, hopefully giving it the right perspective because of the 1.5 crop factor. The final lens is the 18 to 135 kit lens. Overall, I'm really impressed with this lens. I use it for vlogging on my 6400. It's my run and gun lens on the 6400. If I just want to take something light and have multiple options, this is the lens I put on there. Comparing this to the older 55-210 and the 18 to 50 or 18 to 55 Sonys, the build quality is much nicer on this. It has a much better feel. It has the auto manual focus switch on it. It has this similar design as far as the part that telescopes out and the way it seals up when it's closed as the 100 to 400 and the 24-105 lenses. For a kit lens, it is a very nice lens. I know it's an expensive lens to purchase independently, but it is probably worth it as far as in a kit lens. I don't think I'd buy it separately compared to like the Zeiss or anything like that, but it's a very nice lens in my opinion. It works really well, and for video, it's incredibly sharp. Final thing in the kit here for the lenses is my 100 to 400. Pretty much keep it mounted to the A7R2 in the bag. It just fits well in this slot with the battery grip on the R2. And this thing is probably the most versatile lens you can own. I use it from everything from portraits, landscapes, night photography. I want to get a sky tracker to hopefully film some deep space stuff with it, or video, or photograph it. Again, same design as the 18-135, the way it's beveled right here and it tucks in really clean. It's a big, heavy lens. It's heavy to carry in the bag every day, but when you're a big guy like me, I don't mind the weight so much for a daily carry. I'd rather just have it always with me. I've got my workhorse camera, the A6400. This probably does 80% of my work right now. This thing, I've been very pleased with the modern technology in it. I'm hoping to upgrade to the newer generations within the coming years. But right now, the Mark II series A7s that I've had, the R2, I've had a 6000 on this. The 6400 is just a do-it-all camera. It really works really well. Everything about it I like. I love having the small form factor. When I go on a motorcycle ride, it sits in the tank bag with 24mm on it usually. And it fits and just works really well. I have the small rig cage mounted to it. I can mount the microphone off, so I can also keep the screen flipped up. There is the downside. I know people mentioned that you can't see the ISO rating with the viewfinder view piece with the screen flipped up. I can also say that with the small rig cage, you can't see the rest of your settings either if you're looking straight on it. It's about the only downside to this rig cage. Pretty much moving on to the bag. This bag doesn't have any other extra hidden compartments other than the one up on the end cap here. In this, I basically keep the charger, USB wall charger, and a charging cord for the tablet, which also charges the cameras. If I need to charge the battery there or have extra charging space for the batteries, if I'm shooting something, I've gone through 4 or 5 batteries, I can charge 3 or 4 of them at a time with what I carry. I've got 2 wall outlets, 2 USB cables, so I got the 2 wall chargers and the 2 cameras I can charge while I'm out, so I can do 4 at a time. That helps speed things up. So that's a look at what I carry in my daily carry bag, or my camera bag 2020. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I'll be happy to get back to you. Otherwise, if you found this video useful, please like it, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Don't worry about that over there.